guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sheena if you don't already know that, and today we're going to be doing the Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look. This makeup look is on the cover of her Peach palette, and unfortunately I do not have that palette, but I do have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, so I will be using this because they are kind of the similar palettes. Also, I seen this girl named Rosita Applebum here on YouTube, and she did a makeup look inspired off of it as well, so I really enjoyed it, and I kind of took it from both people, so I will link her video down below. This makeup look really got me inspired by the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. It made me want to pop into some colors and try out some new bright colors for spring. So just keep on watching and we'll get right into this tutorial. But before that, make sure you stop what you're doing, make sure you subscribe, the little red button down at the bottom there. Also, if you want, you can hit that notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. I do post twice a week, so that's pretty sweet. Sometimes I do post 3 times. It depends how busy I am with school and life in general. So if you like this makeup look, just keep on watching. We'll get right into the tutorial. Alright, to start off this tutorial, we're just going to be brushing out our eyebrows. I'm just using the spoolie on the end of my Anastasia. Now I'm just going in to fill my brows with the Benefit Give Me Brow. This is in the shade number 4, I believe. So I'm just going in and starting to fill in those edges. Next, now I'm just brushing them out again just to smooth out any harsh lines that I may have. And then I go in with the Brow Wiz as well, and I just start to fill in any of the sparse areas that I was having trouble with. And then again, just brushing it out, making sure it all just looks nice and neat. Now I'm taking my Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade NW20, and I'm just carving out my brows with I believe this is a Wet n Wild shader brush. And I just love it because it's so dense. It just makes it really easy to carve out those brows. Now I'm taking my Urban Decay primer potion. This is the original one, and I'm just priming my eyelids. Just using my ring finger to do this. Now I'm just setting my eyeshadow primer with the Mercier translucent primer. Or translucent powder, sorry. Now I'm taking the shade Peaches and Cream and Pure, and I'm just blending those together. There isn't too light of a shade in here for a transition shade, so I like how these two blend together. It gives it a really nice light but blendable transition shade. It's not too dark, which I love. So I'm just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions to get this shade started. All the other colors will be blending into this shade. So I'm just keep on going and building up this shade until I get the desired color that I enjoy. Now I'm taking the shade Pure and Summer Yum, mixing those two together, and now I'm going into my crease with this. I'm using a more dense brush so I can get more of a precise crease shade. So I'm just taking this, again going in windshield washer motions. I'm not really being too neat with this shadow. I kind of want it to be more messy. And again, just going back and forth, building up that color until I get to my desired shade that I feel comfortable with. Now I'm just going in with the shade Summer Yum by itself, and now I'm just going to put this everywhere, like all over the lid, everywhere. This is just going to blend all the colors in together. I'm being super messy with this shade. I just loved how this look turned out, even though it was super messy. Then I'm just going back in with a blending brush and just blending everything together, making sure that there is no harsh lines from all these different shades. And then back in again with those two colors, just building it up. Now I'm going to take the color Charmed, I'm Sure. I love this. This is more of a cool tone brown, but it just gives such a nice effect. So I'm just kind of going in with this. I'm putting this in my crease. I'm using a fluffier but skinny brush, and I'm kind of using it on its side to just build up that color into my crease and also the outer corner, just deepening it. And then again going back in with the blending. There's a lot of blending required for this makeup look, so just keep going back and forth, building up the color and then blending, building up the color and blending. Now I'm taking the shade Candied Peach. There is a lighter shade called Just Peachy, but I didn't want really too much shimmer. I wanted the focus to be on the lower lash line. So I'm just taking this and packing this on my lid. And then just blending that out again, just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Now I'm taking the shade Tempting on an angled liner brush, and I'm going to use this to just put shadow onto the liner. I didn't want to put actual liner because it was just so harsh, so I'm just using a shadow to create that same effect. And I'm totally stretching my eye here, and I know, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, now I'm taking the shade White Peach, and I'm just going to blend this into my brow bone, just to give a little bit of a highlight. Now I'm taking Rollarlash and just applying this to my top lashes. This is what I do always before I always put on lashes, and now these are the Ardell Mega Volume 250, so I'll be right back. Alright, we got lashes on, so now we're taking our Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, putting this all over our face. I love this primer. It's more like a moisturizer, but it's so good at the same time. This is the Estee Edit Pore Perfecting Priming Stick, and I just use this on more of my problem areas where I have pores. Just blending that in with my fingers, pressing it in more so than rubbing. Now this is the Born This Way foundation, and I'm just taking this on my beauty blender. You guys see me do this 100 times, so this is why I'm speeding this part up. I just don't want to be too repetitive. This shade is the shade Ivory. Now I'm taking my Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Neutral. And I'm just going to put this on the high points of my face as well as my under eyes, just to give it some brightness. So down the nose, up the forehead, and on my chin. And I did do some on my Cupid's bow as well. So now I'm taking the Hard Candy Contour Stick. I'm pretty sure I'm in the shade Light. So I'm just putting this in the hollows of my cheeks and just on the forehead. And I also do this along my nose. I actually really like this stick. I feel like it doesn't get enough hype. This is a really good contour stick. Now I'm just spraying my beauty blender with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm just going to go ahead and do all the light shade first, and then I'm going to go in and do the contour, just so I don't blend that dark shade into the lighter shades. So now I'm taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder on a beauty blender, and I'm just packing this under my eyes, just baking, setting it. And then I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light, and I'm just putting this wherever I didn't bake my face. I love this powder. It's so natural, and it is a mineral, so it just doesn't sink into my dry patches, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. Now I'm taking the Chanel 10 de Soleil, and I'm just putting this on a Wet n Wild stippling brush, and I'm just putting this onto the hollows of my face. I love this stuff. I love how it blends, and I love how natural it looks on the skin. This is so expensive, but honestly it's so worth it. This is probably one of my all-time favorite bronzers. Now I'm taking Milani Luminoso for a blush, and I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheeks, and I'm just blending it back too, because I just don't like how it's so harsh on the cheeks. I like it blended backwards. And now I'm just kicking off that bake, just getting rid of that. Alright, I'm just going to go back into my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just going to sharpen up the edges of my contour a little bit. The bronzer kind of got away on me and just kind of went too low, so I'm just sharpening that up and cleaning up those edges. Now I'm taking this Marc Jacobs Velvet Liner in Out of the Blue, and I love this liner. It lasted so long on my waterline. Nothing ever lasts this long, and this is just so, it is pricey, but honestly I think it's so worth it because
This is literally the only eyeliner I own that actually lasts on my waterline all day. So I'm just taking this, putting it on my waterline and also just a little bit underneath. And I'm just connecting that, making sure everything is there. And then I'm just blending this with a shader brush. Just blending it out. This is so scary. I've never used a blue eyeliner before, so this is my very first time. Now I'm taking this blue shade in the Metal Matte palette by Kat Von D, and I'm just going to set my eye. Totally got out of frame here. So I'm just setting my eye with this blue. I just like to always set cream products with a powder. And now I'm just taking the Pure shade out of the Peach palette, and I'm just blending this into the bottom. Alright, now I'm taking the shade White Peach and Nectar, and I'm blending those two together, and I'm just going to put this on my inner corner and as well on my brow bone just to give it a little bit of a pop of shimmer. I just gave it a little something. Now I'm just going in with some mascara. This is the Rollarlash mascara. I'm just putting this onto my lower lash line. Now I'm just going to set my face quickly with the Make It Last setting spray. I like to set my face before I do highlighter. So now I'm taking the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sun Dipped, and I'm just using that lightest shade in that palette. And I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones and do my nose as well as my Cupid's bow. Now I'm taking this yellow banana shade in the Shade and Light Contour palette by Kat Von D, just brightening up my under eye with this a little bit. And now I'm just taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and I'm just setting my brows just to get all that powder or whatever was in my brows out of there. I always set my eyebrows last.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you again for watching. If you like this tutorial, make sure you hit that like button down below. It helps me out a lot. Also, if you want to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do post twice a week, sometimes 3 times. Depends on how busy I am. So make sure you hit that little red button down below and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.